Hey there, everybody. Welcome into this edition of ESPN FC's Extra Time. I'm Sebastian Salazar. We have your Twitter questions, and we have a trio that would make anybody jealous. Frank Leboeuf, Don Hutchison, and Julien join us. First question, do you genuinely believe Messi can score 40-plus goals a season in the Premier League, especially in the first season, where he might need some time to settle down? Don?
No, but I'm pretty sure he'll get 39.
Anybody else taking the under on 40-plus for Messi in the Premier League?
I go for it. I go for 42.
42.
I go for 42 if it's properly served. Yeah.
Jules?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all agree now that all that BS about can you do it on a Tuesday night in Stoke is absolute nonsense, so I can't see why not.
Next question, Don. What do you think are now the expectations of Frank Lampard, your good mate, and Jody Morris, after Abramovich's spending spree?
The expectation now for Frank is, can he bridge the gap between Man City and Liverpool? He's a lad that likes pressure. He understands the pressure. He's done that particularly well as a player. And he won't be happy just, sitting, fighting for top four and maybe a domestic trophy. So the amount of money that he's spent, the club spent, and the quality of signings, they have to now be pushing, and I think Frank will embrace that.
Jules, why are Man United yet to make a signing when you specifically said we are one of the few clubs not affected by the pandemic? You said that, Jules, according to Dave.
Yeah, I said it, and they are. They certainly are the club, I think, with the most financial power this summer. But it's not easy to sign Jadon Sancho, for example, from Borussia Dortmund. It's not easy to sign a really, really good centre-back either. They're big deals to make. They're big contract. They hard negotiations and stuff like that. So they will sign people. There's no need to worry. They still have plenty of time, like a month and a little bit, a month and a half almost. So they will get there. It's just not easy.
Dan, the Orange Man, submits our next question. If James Rodriguez signs for Everton, how will he adapt to Premier League life, given his recent lack of game time? Frank, what do you think?
Well, I want to wish him the best. But, I mean, it makes me think of Coutinho, not knowing really where he's going to play. Wish him his belonging, being on loan and not finding the best following of his career. He was very promising, but then something happened, and he's looking for his talent in a way, and he has to work hard. I think, maybe let's say a smaller team will please him because he will go back to the confidence that he needs to express his talent, a talent that he has. And Everton is getting bigger and bigger, and hopefully it can be the very good team for him.
Don, Everton, James a good fit?
I don't know, Seb. I don't think so. I like James Rodriguez. I think he's a wonderful talent. But when you play for a club like Everton, it's a very, very emotional club, and they demand hard work. And they love an exception to the rule. They love someone who's skillful and got an eye for a pass and an eye for an assist and goals as well. But Gylfi Sigurdsson was brought in for £50 million, and he'll be playing in that number 10 position. So there's lots of questions. I don't think it's an automatic when you look at the career he's had and look at the clubs that he's had. He's got an unbelievable CV. But going into Everton, I'm not convinced that's the right fit. I think he's an exceptional player, but he's never really had pace. He's always relied on his football brain. But at Everton, you've got to go through the hard yards. You've got to convince the fan that you're going to work extremely hard for the team. And Everton are not the finished article, so they afford to carry a passenger when he's not playing well? I'm not sure. I'm undecided on that one.
Jules, either or. Alphonso Davies versus Kylian Mbappe. Who will win the race in a sprint?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't think there would be much in between. I would maybe go for Alphonso Davies. I still think that Davies has slightly more pace than Kylian, and potentially I think could win that one. But there won't be much in it at all.
Oh, Frank, you gotta chime in here.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe that the Paris Saint-Germain fan cannot put Kylian Mbappe on top of Alphonso Davies. I'm so appalled for you, Jules.
I'm being
When we
objective.
all know that.
I'm being
What's the
objective.
distance?
I'm
you
sorry,
being
use that word
nice.
again, Jules.
You
Use
being
that word again. Objective. Nah.
What's the distance
Nah,
then?
nah,
Seb,
the
what
guy
distance-
wants-
What distance we talking?
Ooh, it's a good question.
Yeah, he
We
wants
don't
to
know.
show.
The longer distance, Mbappe wins. The shorter distance, Alphonso Davies might win.
Ah, you're sitting on the fence, Don.
Yeah,
Get
I
out
agree
of
with
here.
that.
No, I
I
think
agree with that.
Mbappe. I think Mbappe.
Don has a right answer. Don has a right answer.
Okay, thank you.
I agree with Don.
Thank you. The jury has.
But I don't like the fake honesty of Mr. Jules. I don't like it.
Wow.
That's why it's in the middle, Frank. It's on the fence.
Judge, jury, and sentencer. David asks, Frank and Jules, what would it take for Marseille to close the gap between them and PSG? It'd be nice to see them battle for trophies. Jules, start with you.
And it would need a lot of money and they don't have it. It's as simple as that. I think they overachieved in a way last season by finishing second in a season that was cut short of 9 games. And I think AVB is building something interesting there. But to back this up and keep improving and closing that gap between them and PSG, they would need huge investment, and they don't have that money. They're actually losing 100 million euros again this year. So it would be tricky. I think if there's a club that can maybe bridge that gap, it could be more Lyon or even Monaco if they get another of their good generation like they did in 2017. But Marseille, I think, would be very, very, very difficult.
Frank?
Nothing much to add. I'm very sorry. You know, I played for Marseille. I captained the club 2 years, but
They should bring you
Marseille
back.
is so far away. Yeah, nobody's so far away from Paris Saint-Germain. I think they are £1 billion euro behind them. If they want to build a team and get the players, they need to change at least 10 players in the whole squad to maybe think that they can be very close to Paris Saint-Germain. And I agree with Jules. When we see Lyon in the Champions League, I think they're better armed than Marseille, even if Marseille finished second.
Final question, gentlemen, from Steven. Do any of the guys watch other sports, NBA, NFL, from around the world? If so, what is their favorite non-football sport or players that they like watching? Don, you first.
I like athletics. I love watching the Olympics. I like that side of it, where it's not so much tribal, but for an American sport, I love watching the NFL. I was a Patriot sort of fan and sort of still am, because that's the team I sort of know the best, and the stories they had.
Yeah, it's called a
Tom
bandwagon
Brady,
fan. It's called a
Gronkowski.
bandwagon
It was an
fan.
amazing
Yeah.
watch.
You
What you
root
saying
for the
there,
winner. You're a
What you
bandwagon
saying,
fan.
Yeah, gold digger. You
Yeah,
just gold digger.
exactly.
Yeah, well, I got into it and I went for the best.
That's fair enough. Jules, what do you like to watch?
I watch everything. I literally do, but I guess my other sport would be the NBA. I love basketball, played when I was a kid in France. And right now, you know, the Europeans, I mean, what happened obviously on Wednesday night is very special, I think, and it tells you, I think, the importance and the power that NBA players have right now, not just in America, but in the whole world, and how they can inspire protest and an ideology. And I think this is great. But I just wanted to say very briefly that Europe right now is ruling the NBA. He's ruling basketball. Luka Doncic and Giannis, for me, are the two best players. There's no need for you to go, oh, yeah, it's the truth. You know it's the truth. You know, everybody knows.
Frank looks like a golfer. Frank's a golfer. He's a golfing man. I can see it.
I used to be
He's
a
a Formula
golfer,
Formula
and
One.
I don't play anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to be a Formula One driver. I used to live when I was young close to the Castellet track in south of France, and yes, I wanted to do that, and I used to follow that, but now because it's more because of the engine and the tire that you have that you can win the world championship, I more follow the motorbikes, the MotoGP. I mean, those people are completely crazy, and they're always at the edge. And last week, I think it's last week, like Rossi had a crazy accident, and I don't know how he survived. And I mean, that's absolutely. I mean, those people are geniuses and crazy people at the same time. And I'm always without a breath when I watch MotoGP. So yeah, I sometimes do that.
Frank left breathless, much as we often are here on Extra Time. All right, that's it for this edition. Thanks to Frank, thanks to Don, thanks to Jules. We'll be back with another edition of ESPN FC tomorrow. Don't miss it.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN Plus.